and you insert it. Okay. The next thing, we need to listen to the sound. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the sound. Okay, so now you can see over here. Here is one spike. Here is another spike. And the machine is trying to measure the time interval between the two. You see, this is the interpotential interval. That is your jitter, actually, how it is going up and down. Okay? So I'm going to stop recording over here, or maybe now I record for 100 or 150 discharges. Okay, so this is where my interpotential interval is very short. So this is, instead of level, you may want to use peak for analysis. See, this jitter is 51, this is normal, okay? Let me see if I use peak for analysis and it becomes 41. So when the potentials are very close to each other, you may want to use peak for analysis. When the potentials are away from each other, then you can use peak or you can use level trigger. So,
sorry if I may just
sure.
ask, yeah. So you can either use peak or onset in this case, right? So over here you use the onset, is it?
No, I'm using the peak now.
Okay.
See, on the rising edge, I'm using the rising peak.
Okay.
Okay.
Rising peak.
So now let me try to go to the next recording over here. So now we can clearly see the two spikes. You can see the interpotential interval. And I'm going to stop over here. See, what happened was my needle moved and you saw the second potential go away. So many times change in the needle position will produce a trend like this. So no problems. What I'm going to do is, this is my sequential interval plot. I always focus on this one. So initially there were some things that were not nice. I just say, okay, this is where I started getting good data, and up to this portion, that was good. Okay. So selecting data is important. In old days, we would take one waveform, keep it, reject it, then the second, and the third. This is far more important, much more easy. So you can see at the top, this is what we recorded, and you can see there is so much noise, interference, and other things. This is what I analyzed. So this is your quality control. When you look at the bottom window, that tells you what you have analyzed, and that should be good quality. Okay. Let's record from another side. I can hear something in the background. See, that's unstable. The waveform keeps changing. The amplitude is low over here, so I'm not going to accept it. I just want to indicate that I heard it. So that's what you do. Always keep listening. Now adjust the position. Again, this is a composite spike. You can see it has got multiple peaks. So that's not a good recording. again, I adjust the needle. I just don't go like, if you try to do like this, give me more force, now you get nothing. So that's a good position. That's a damaged muscle fiber. It looks like a positive shock wave. You don't accept that for analysis. Again, I adjust my trigger level. So that's good. And let's say I stop over here. So I place the window. This is going to be my first potential. This is going to be my second potential. And you can see there is a slightly higher jitter over here. See, it's 55 microseconds. So this is the way you do 20 sites. Okay? And then you can look for the review. And let's say, what have I done? So I have recorded 3 pairs. Jitter was 41, 30, 55. These are all normal. My median jitter was 41. There is no blocking. So that's the way it's going to be a normal study here. Okay. Let me show now. So this is the way I like to start, by doing manually understanding how to select a potential, how to look at the quality criteria, etc. There are advanced methods that I recommend. Once you know the pitfalls, then I recommend automated methods. So here is one such automated method. So see, I'm not doing anything. The machine is automatically triggering on the signals. And I stop. It has automatically analyzed the signals. It has rejected the bad trace, everything. But it's still my responsibility to check over here and see there is a bad trace over here, some large spike. So I get rid of it manually over here. And there is some there is some low amplitude potentials. I get rid of that. Now that's clean over here. Let me go to the next. Okay, the machine is again triggering automatically. So you can see it is detecting 2 peaks over here, coming from here and here. I stop and it gives me the jitter, okay? Again, that's not the best quality, rise time is not very nice. So, user intervention is always necessary. Let me go to another site. So the machine is trying to detect the peaks automatically. It's updating the jitter over here, 26. This is all normal. This all looks normal to me. I stop. So but to do fully automated analysis, I suggest that you practice with manual things about how you enter. Once you get comfortable, then you can do it. I will do one more site, and then let's see who wants to do the patient, okay? Okay. So. See, now it is trying to find, it's measuring this peak also. But is that a good peak? No, it's very rounded. So that's where manual analysis come into picture. So I'm going to say this particular peak, I should not be analyzing it. See, from here to here. So it's up to the user to get rid of things. Manual quality control is very important because it's a very, very sensitive test. So fourth. I'm trying to get something complex. That's a good recording. So I accept it. And again, this is something that is not good. So this is the one I get rid of. Anyway, so you get the idea of how to do the jitter analysis. And again, let me, I can say this is going to be my trigger. This is the one that I want to get rid of. So I choose this. And that's the only one that I keep over here. Strictly speaking, it has a shoulder over here too. If you look carefully. See, it has a little bit of shoulder, but it's way far below. It's not close to the peak. So in that case, I will accept it over here. So in the paper by Professor Stolberg and Sanders, it tells you, when the shoulder is acceptable. And if it is way below, away from the peak, then that's fine. Okay? But if it is closer, then that is not good. Any questions on jitter analysis? And again, as I said, see, I am old, so my tibialis anterior is very easy. Patients are not easy. So start like this, then you can go to patients and doing reversals. Okay? This looks too easy, right? Myasthenia is much more difficult when you start doing it. Okay.
Very, very, very basic question actually. Is there any activation at all performed by the patient, or does the patient be completely relaxed?
No. The patient has to activate.
Okay.
So it's going to be very slight activation. So, I mean, look at the level of activation. You cannot even see it. My foot move over here. Okay. See, now this is a complex physique, but this is a composite spike. Anyway, so I'm going to delete this. That's too much junk. Okay, so what shall we do next? Yes.
So this machine has the peak detection technique.
Yes.
That's how we change from a peak detection.
Yeah, you saw that
and
function key at the bottom left, at the bottom right in the previous program.
Yeah.
This is peak only. This program is peak
peak
only.
only, yeah.
The first program that I showed allows you to go level or peak.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.